Is you missed the conversation. We are having a conversation about a friend of mine who caught
COVID-19.
She caught COVID-19 and she's on the med. She's doing better. She's pregnant. So I made the mistake of telling my daughter, and she's over there taking her damn temperature because she's schizoparanoid. She takes her temperature like every 15 minutes to see if she has COVID-19. I think she wants it.
I do not want it.
What was your temperature?
97.3.
Wow, sounds a little normal. I haven't talked to this friend in person in over a year. We talk over LinkedIn and over text message. So by no means have I been exposed to COVID-19, and I'm telling her that my friend is on the mend from COVID-19, and she whips out her thermometer.
Leave me alone.
She's
had a full-blown panic attack in Walmart yesterday.
Yeah, let's not
Nobody is keeping their social motherfucking distance.
We're at Walmart yesterday because she needed tea. Okay, yes, that's one of those necessities in life that she can't live without. I guess I don't know. She needed tea, and she barked at us, screamed at us to get out of the house because she needed to go get her tea.
I didn't scream. I just wanted to get there and get back.
Get back so she could do her makeup and hair, so that she can sit at home and get drunk. I don't know. So we go to Walmart, and it starts with going in, and they have those little squirt machines for the hand sanitizer.
And some freaking dumb blonde bitch was taking too fucking long.
Okay, watch your mouth, please, for the videos.
Sorry.
We are avid cussers. We do not normally watch our language, but I do want to keep this fairly clean so that kids can be engaged.
Some dumb blonde bimbo.
She was hogging up the squirt machine. Like, she was really taking her time, and paranoid over here kept trying to keep her distance of 6 feet. And at some point, I got too close and she tripped out, and she's like, Mom, 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 Mom. I'm like, okay. And I back up, and then, Dion was with us, and, he got close, and she's like, pulls him back, and, it really kind of looked like
she really did not give a crap.
She didn't, and she was taking care of her business.
And she just was taking care of business like COVID-19 isn't out here.
But she eventually moved out of the way, and then she's pushing her cart through I think she was doing it purposely. Like, she kept crossing in front of us.
Like, really, really bad.
And I seriously think the reason she was doing it is she was trying to antagonize the freak here. Because she wanted nothing more than to get 6 feet away from her, but this girl kept coming within that 5 feet barrier.
And I was gonna kick her. I was going to punch her or yell or something.
I think she was doing it on purpose. So finally, we get to the coffee and tea aisle.
I did say something, though.
She did say something. She made a snood remark.
No, I said something.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant.
It wasn't a snood remark. I made a blatant remark. Yeah. I don't remember what I said, but I was like, and this dummy over here.
She pulled out her trailer park girl.
She didn't look too far off the trailer park either. So
she was
a pretty girl.
She had a fresh tan, fresh hair, fresh clothes.
Whatever, trailer park girls can't have that.
She did not belong in Walmart. She needed to be at Target. That's all I'm going to say.
I disagree on 2 reasons. Her shorts were coochie cutter, and her hair was two-toned.
Well, I mean, but it was cute. It's something you would do.
Yeah, that's what I said. She's not too far off the trailer park.
Okay. So anyway, we get to the aisle. We get to the aisle where the coffee and tea are. And
leave me alone.
Schizoparanoid here stands on, you know how the aisles, like, you have an aisle of stuff on this side, and then there's an aisle of stuff behind you if you're looking at this side. She's standing there. There's a clerk there returning inventory to the shelves. Like, he's emptying boxes, putting inventory on the shelves.
It's on video. You caught it on video.
No, I lost it.
How'd you lose it?
I lost it.
Damn.
Yeah. So now I get to tell the story. He's putting inventory on the shelf, and he's got this big cart full of boxes. So he's got good ways to go before he's done putting all this inventory on the shelf. And he was putting the very tea that she was there to buy on the shelf. Big coincidence there. It wasn't on purpose. So she stands as close as she could to the opposite aisle behind him, waiting for this guy to get done, not saying a single solitary word, being polite, not saying a solitary word to this guy, that she was looking for that tea, but she didn't want to get near him or say anything to him because it would offset the 6-foot distance you need to keep in order to not, get contaminated with COVID. So she's standing there and I'm looking at her and her boyfriend's looking at her and we're all looking at her like, what are you doing? And she just points to this clerk who won't get out of the way. And we're like, well, you've got to say something. And she's like, no, I don't want to be rude. Well, dumbass, what are you going to do? Oh my God, it was the most. You got close. And so I walked over to the guy and I said, excuse me, my paranoid schizophrenic daughter. I was like, Mom! Would like to look at these teas and doesn't want to ask you to politely move away so she can look at them. It was such a moment. It was such a paranoid schizophrenic. I didn't know how to say, could you move back that way 6 feet so I can look at tea? So this guy felt so bad. I felt bad. He felt so bad. He's like, I don't have COVID. But he backs away, gets out of her way, and then she's afraid to touch anything because he had just touched every single box of tea that there was there. Oh my God, it was such an embarrassing moment in my life. This is my daughter. You don't know who has it. He could be a carrier. So I ended up grabbing the 3 boxes she bought. 3 boxes. And eventually... sanitized them all. She sanitized them all. And we head for the register. Oh God. This is where the meltdown happened. The meltdown. Put it out. Oh my God. She was freaking out so bad because there had been so many people who had touched that screen. No, not even that. Like those things aren't 6 feet apart. They should have closed at least 3 of those. They should have closed at least 3 of those things. So we could be far. Oh my God. So the registers, the self-checkout registers, which she had every opportunity to go to a regular register, but she went to the... I forgot those existed. I forgot. They're not 6 feet either. Those motherfuckers are fucking touching each other. Don't touch me. So we get to the register, and there's a register 3 feet to the right of us, and there's a register about 2 feet to the left of us. Everybody is at one. And there's, the store was, moderately crowded. I mean, the shelves are starting to get piled again. It's starting to return to normal. So people are doing their normal shopping. And on a normal day, those registers are full. You've got to wait in the line of 2 or 3 people before you can even use a self-checkout register. So here comes the freak out queen. She's in between 2 self-check registers. That are full. And she can't get her register to work quickly enough because she just wants to get the hell out. And on top of it, she's using coupons. She goes to check. A bag over my and she puts that's another thing too, because they didn't wipe the machines between customers. She puts a bag over her finger to use on the touch screen. But it was just a mess. She was freaking out. Her hands were shaking so bad. It got so bad. We finally said, move out, we're doing this. So Dion takes over, kicks her out because she was making such a freaking scene. Like, oh my God, it won't work. I just want to get out of here. We're all going to die. That's what you would have expected her to say. She didn't say that, but that's what you would expect from her. I had a panic attack. I was freaking the fuck out. Nobody cared about social distance. And all I wanted was to get tea and get the hell out of there. So Dion ends up ringing up the rest of her tea. She had to make 3 transactions in order to get her coupons to work. She got 2 out of 3 to work, and then the 1 didn't work. It was just a mess. I didn't care. I was just like, I wasn't even the one who wanted to use the coupons, okay? And then, to make matters worse, she makes a beeline back to that little squirt machine. to clean her hands that she put bags over. Like she hasn't touched anything because she was wearing bags on her hands. And I had this on video. I so regret that I lost that video. It was all my fault too. But she's got bags on her hands. So she runs to the squirt machine where it's being guarded by Walmart employees because people are like her exist. People like her exist. And they all kind of backed up from her and let her do her little, happy dance with the coronavirus examiner, whatever. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. But at Walmart, they've put in these gates.
That was not for coronavirus. That's for so they can check your damn bags.
Right. Well, they've put in these gates where once you go in the store, you got to walk out through the registers in order to get out of the store. And so in order to get to the squirt machine, she had to go back through the gates that close automatically. Oh my God. So now she's trapped inside again.
I came back around and ended up behind y'all.
And you could tell that she was holding her breath as she was walking through that checkout section again. She was like, oh! And runs through the checkout section to catch up with us. And now me and Dion are trying to walk out of the store like we don't know her. And neither one of us have cleansed ourselves with the store squirt machine. We both waited until we got into the car. And so we get to the car, and I have always kept a jar of a bottle, a jar, whatever you call it. I've always kept a bottle of hand sanitizer in the car because you never know when you need it. It's been in there for maybe a couple of years. So the freak out queen starts washing the inside of my car with my little bottle. It's about this big. I think I bought it at the dollar store like 3 years ago.
It's not a dollar store one. It was definitely a Walmart one.
So, yeah, I probably bought it during school sales.
Yeah, it was a pack.
When you were back in school. That's how old it is.
That is not how old it is.
So she starts cleaning the car and her boyfriend and then insists that I use it. Oh my God, it was a mess. And we got back home and thankfully we safely arrived home. She's had her tea and I lost the moment. I had all of this on video and unfortunately I have lost it because I don't know how to use my camera properly. So you get the explained version. Okay, so that's it.
Well, that's not fair. They weren't keeping their social distance. People had masks and gloves on and we're still being dirty. And I'm like,
okay, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to explain this to her again. 98% of the people who get COVID-19 are recovering nicely.
And then I walked to the store like this.
Yes, she had praying hands the entire time she was in the store.
I was like, don't tread on me, none of this.
Over 80% of COVID-19 cases are mild cases.
I know. This woman on Facebook, she's demonstrating how to make a mask out of a gang flag.
Oh my God. Okay. That's
bandana.
This is now almost 14 minutes long. I'm gonna stop this video. Yes, that's kratom in front of us. And
don't let her fool you. That's green cocaine.
Green cocaine. You're an idiot. If cocaine is green, the feds are gonna show up on our doorstep now. What the hell's green cocaine?
Right. Somebody is.
You're so stupid sometimes. So, and that wasn't me. That was him.
The snorting.
Yes, he's snorting. He's snorting from below, which always sounds like something that it's not. And then there's that one.
She's quiet and sweet. He's gruff and puff and scruffador.
Okay, this is going on YouTube. All right, say goodbye.